Support for today's episode comes from Mad Hair Barber. Mad Hair Barber is Southern Utah's go-to barbershop for precision haircuts, expert fades, classic beard trims, hot towel shaves, and they have their skilled barbers specialized in men's grooming, combining old school craftsmanship with modern style to ensure every client leaves looking sharp and feeling confident. Whether you're after a skin fade, a traditional cut, or a fresh beard lineup, they tailor every service to match your unique style. Obviously, you've left the church since. Was leaving the
Yeah.
church kind of a slow burn, or was it kind of more like when Tyra Banks sends someone home on American Top Model?
um, I wanted to leave the church when I was 8, and then I had to stay till I was...
When you were old enough to choose?
Yeah,
Is that
pretty
what
much.
it's
I just remember being like, I don't want to sign up for this for life. That's way too long. And they kept telling me, they were like, you'll feel the still small voice. And I just kept waiting and waiting. It just never, ever came for me. And then I officially left at 17.
How excited were you to drink coffee and get tattoos?
I would drink coffee the whole time I was in the church. That's why I didn't have a temple recommend.
No, my grandma used to drink coffee on the way to the temple. So if she's in hell, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
Like that's... Welcome to Finding Faith and Funny. My name is Chase. Thank you for listening. Really, I appreciate you for being here and listening and supporting the show. It means more than you understand. Listen, if you have been enjoying this podcast, the best way you can help is just share it. Obviously subscribe wherever you listen to it, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever. Just thank you for supporting. Please share it with someone who you might think might enjoy it. And if you want to be part of it, email the show, faithandfunny@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your stories, your jokes, whatever, your beliefs, your doubts, whatever. Listen, I want to take a quick second to remind you what this show really is about. This is not a place for debate. It's not a place for making someone right or proving someone wrong or anything like that. It's about connection. It's about people coming from all walks of life together, different beliefs, different backgrounds, different stories, and finding common ground through honesty and faith and just being a human being. Because at the end of the day, we're all a lot more alike than what we think. Okay. Now today's guest is a great example. I'm joined today by the incredibly funny Ashley Singleton. She's a stand-up comedian with a very sharp mind and a great perspective. And she's a great example of someone who knows how to find humor even when life gets complicated. Now, we talk about what it's like for her to grow up in the Mormon faith and what it was like for her to eventually step away from the church and how that's helped who, has shaped her today. Ashley and I grew up in the same neighborhood. We went to the same church, and her life went one direction, mine went another. And whatever differences we have as far as beliefs or theologies, comedy's kept us pretty tight-knit. I have a lot of respect for Ashley and her family. We also talk about what it's like for her to the battle she's had with POTS, P-O-T-S, not pot. She's not a pothead. And how her battle with POTS has completely shifted her world, and not just personally, but it's even changed maybe how she approaches comedy and what funny means to her now. So it's a real conversation. It's honest. And of course it's funny. There's plenty of funny in it. Now, this was a remote interview, and the day we recorded this, my normal microphones decided to not work very well, so the audio is fine. You'll hear everything. It just sounds like I'm calling from a landline in 1998. Ashley's mics work great, so it's still a good conversation, so let's get into it. This is my conversation with the great Ashley Singleton. You grew up Mormon, which is not the reason you didn't watch Disney movies. You grew up Mormon. How Mormon was your childhood?
I would say off and on. It was like, there were times when it was really Mormon, and then there were times when my parents were like, didn't care.
Yeah.
So like anywhere between like going to church every week and then having the missionaries show up at our house to see if we were okay.
Yeah.
Just
I
broad.
think I think every Mormon chapel is like the same, like the congregation's set up the same where there's like three sections in the chapel, right? And you got like the front,
Yeah.
the middle, and the back. I've always likened that. You can tell what kind of people are by where they sit, where the celestials are up front,
Yeah.
the terrestrials are in the middle, and then my people in the back where I met your
Yeah.
family and the parents was always in the telestial in the back corner there where no one could see us.
Yeah. We were like in the back where they opened the gym so that there's extra room.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever
There was
that section is, yeah.
a lot more fun back there. Did your
It
humor ever
was.
did your humor ever get you in trouble as a little Mormon or in
Um,
general as a kid?
Definitely got me in trouble as a kid. I would say at church, probably they just didn't really know what to do with me. It probably was just more confusing for them,
Yeah. Yeah.
for me.
Did you ever like say something where it just kind of was everyone's like, okay, like did you ever just kill the momentum of a lesson or anything?
Yeah, as a kid, I remember being like, which one was it? Oh, like you're telling me that he put his head into a hat and translated the book?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that that happened.
So
No one could answer me.
I didn't hear about that story till I was like 8 weeks into my mission. And I was with my
Oh,
trainer
really?
and we went to visit this guy and he wanted to show us the South Park episode where it goes over all that. And in my
Yeah.
mind, I was thinking, what the heck is this? And my trainer was like, no, that's how it happened. And I was like, I'm going to have to do some praying if I'm going to make it for 2 years on this mission. If this
That's,
is,
yeah, it's crazy. That one, and then I refused to do the nativity because it wasn't accurate to the Bible, like
yeah.
historically.
We used to
Yeah.
do a nativity in my grandma's living room every year. Like they made like this whole presentation, so all the grandkids would end up setting the nativity, and we'd play chimes, and it became like a fun tradition. But I hated dressing up for that thing every year. It felt weird. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's funny I got into stand up because I never liked being on a stage of any kind, even if it was just the mantle in my grandparents' living room.
Yeah. Did
So
did your ward do the nativity and then do like those haystacks, the food?
no,
Do you, no.
which
Okay.
is funny because we grew up in the same ward. I was just 10
Yeah.
years
I think it
ahead
was
of you.
when we moved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never, I went growing up, I went to as like few as the week activities. Like I eventually liked going to young men's once they got the right leadership in there who like the leaders who also
Yeah.
didn't want to be there. And then we would do fun things. But like when it was like a
Yeah.
serious nature thing, I would do anything I could to not go. So if they
Yeah.
were going to do like a
Same.
nativity thing, no, I was out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So obviously you've left the church since. Was leaving the
Yeah.
church kind of a slow burn, or was it kind of more like when Tyra Banks sends someone home on America Top Model?
um, I wanted to leave the church when I was 8, and then I had to
When
stay
you
till I
when
was,
you were old enough to choose?
yeah,
Is that
pretty
what it
much.
said?
Uh, I just remember being like, I don't want to sign up for this for life. That's way, way too long. Um, and they kept telling me, they were like, you'll feel the still small voice. And I just kept waiting and waiting. It just never, ever came for me. And then I officially left at 17. Um,
So you put
yeah,
up
my
with
whole
it for
family, except
9 years.
for, yeah. And
Good for
then
you.
everyone but my one sister has left the church.
I thought you would all have to. I know she was still there, but that shows what I know. So
Yeah,
okay.
still there.
So with that, I mean, being such a young age and knowing you wanted to leave, were there any beliefs that were hard to let go of, or is there anything about the church that you miss?
Um, I don't miss anything per se,
Yeah.
but I definitely feel like things stuck with me, um, kind of like more like fear-based things
Mm.
stuck with me.
Okay.
Um, like I for a while when I first left, it was like I don't want to not get into the top tier of
Uh-huh.
heaven because I don't that one freaked me out. And then
Yeah.
like I don't know, I guess just like feeling guilty about simple things that
Yeah.
the church would like deem maybe bad, but they're fine. I remember that for a while stuck with me.
I think my hardest gripe, because I still go to church and I'm still part of it, but I think my hardest gripe is when people have their personal feeling and they pass it off as like doctrine, like this is how it is. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
that's how you feel it is. But in doing it, like the judgment that can come off of it, I understand is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think in Utah especially though, like the church is so, at least my ward I grew up in was like so based on people's opinions rather than I guess teachings or the documents that the church is based on.
Yeah, I think we fail to teach like, okay, so the first thing we teach people as missionaries is that we're all children of a loving Heavenly Father. Like the key word is loving. And so many times people focus on the judging God and it scares people and it scares kids. And who would
Yeah.
want to be part of something where everything you're doing is being nitpicked?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. It's funny, there's like sometimes signs outside the church, it's like everyone's welcome. And I think there should be like an asterisk that's like except and then just a list of all the people that you don't like.
uh, how excited were you to drink coffee and get tattoos?
I would drink coffee the whole time I was in the church. That's why I didn't have a temple recommend.
No, my grandma used to drink coffee on the way to the temple. So if she's in hell, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah. No, I started drinking coffee as a kid because I had like severe IBS and nothing was working.
mm,
And so like the doctors recommended it for me.
yeah.
So it was medicinal and the church didn't love that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna give it up. I don't want to do baptisms for the dead or like I don't know. I was like, I didn't want to do it once. Why am I doing it again?
Yeah, and then you do. Yeah, I, I understand. Does having a religious background for comedians give more material or more therapy bills?
I think both. Probably
It,
both.
it's probably
Yeah,
high,
I
pretty
have a
high
lot
up
of
there.
therapy.
I mean,
I think you get like a lot of material, but it doesn't necessarily work for every crowd.
no, I have jokes that will only work in Utah, and some jokes will only work for active Mormons or people who were really active once upon a time.
Yeah, and I have some jokes that are not specifically maybe Mormon, but religious that definitely, depending on the room, if it's like a religious area,
Yeah.
I probably won't do.
No, I mean, I think there's some things that are pretty universally known about Utah or just Mormon culture, like the whole fact that we get married really young and have too many kids. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
universally understood. So, like, I could get away with my joke saying, like, I grew up, the expectation was grow up, go on a mission, come home, get married, have kids, then turn 25. I think that would get a
Yeah.
laugh most anywhere. Um, but
Yeah.
again, when you get into the specifics of it, I'm a very much Utah based comedian just because of all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been very open about your battle with POTS, and you have your podcast about your battles with that. Um,
Hmm.
has your journey with POTS, I don't know what the right word is, journey or struggle, whatever, has that changed what you find funny?
Um, that's a really good question. No, I think I probably find more things funny now.
Has broadened it?
Um, yeah, I think just having to like find the funny in annoying or uncomfortable or bad situations kind of maybe broadened what I'm like willing to talk about and then also what I can find a joke in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you've found a voice for yourself with that. I mean, your follows and your stuff seems to be growing awesome. Like, and everything you say, like
Oh,
I
thanks.
read the comments on your videos a lot just because people are reaching out to you, like asking your advice or just telling you how much it means that they're connected because I'd never even heard of POTS before you started talking about it. And so I didn't know really what it was, but I think people are scared to talk about what their struggles are. And so when someone's open about it, it normalizes it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely started it because I felt like I had like I didn't know what it was and my doctors didn't know what it was and I was just like I guess I just like felt like really alone.
It's a
And
new
I
thing,
didn't
right?
realize how many people. It's it's been around for a long time, but I think they say two things. Like one, COVID made it like explode in a lot of
Okay.
people. And then because it's mostly women, it's been like underdiagnosed because the symptoms are like anxiety or like it just doesn't present all the time. Um, I guess I'm try like doctors, I guess, don't listen all the time, is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
Has POTS ever hijacked a moment for you, like while you're on stage during a set?
Yeah, yeah, it does a lot. I think when I was doing my first headlining show at Wise Guys,
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to do like 45 minutes, and I think about 30 minutes in, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. Like I
Oh,
can't
jeez.
stand any longer. Are you leaving? Bye. Okay, sorry, Lindsay's leaving. Um,
Bye, Lindsay.
and yeah, so like 30 minutes in, I was like, I can't be up here anymore. And typically I can grab the mic stand, which is why I hold it a lot
Uh-huh.
on stage. But this time I like couldn't grab it, and I think I just ended my set. I was like, I can't be up here anymore. I have
Oh,
to
really?
get down.
I was
Yeah,
there.
I think I just couldn't.
I would have never known because I mean I was there. I opened for you and I watched.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I couldn't tell any of that happened. So you held it together really
that's
well.
good.
But I've always
Oh,
wondered if
thank you.
something like that happened. You ever use the stool to like sit on, or are you
I
not a stool
should.
sitter?
No, I should. Um, for a really long time, I just felt like I don't know. I didn't want people to know.
Yeah,
Maybe for a long time.
yeah,
Um, because there are times when I'm like, I should be up here with my cane and just like be more comfortable. But um, no, I need to use it. And like the biggest thing though would be my memory. Is
yeah,
I used to have a really, really good memory, and because of my POTS, I just struggle to like short-term memory things.
yeah. I don't even have pots in that. Like I'll be on stage in like such a good rhythm, and I'll get a laugh or something, or a bump, and my mind goes blank, and I've never
Yeah,
like I can't remember any joke I've ever said ever. So, have you
yeah,
ever told the same?
yeah, it's the worst.
Have you ever told the same joke twice in a set?
I don't think so.
I
I hope
almost
not.
did. I almost did once, and I caught
Oh,
myself. It was like my first joke of the set, and then like 10 minutes later, I kind of blinked, and then I started to go into something, and I stopped, and I said, "I already told you guys that joke, didn't I?" And everyone's like that. Like it terrified me, and that's one of the few
that
times
is
I
so
didn't
funny.
have something recorded. Otherwise, I would have posted it. So,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
okay, anything you've learned from your health battles that religion couldn't teach you?
Ooh. Um, oh, that is such a good, interesting question. I don't know. I guess like I don't like the phrase God doesn't give things to people who can't handle them or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Um, I think I've probably learned more like that I'm capable of doing a lot, and uh like I don't really know. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like with what I guess I don't know. It's hard. It's a weird line between like some days I'm pissed that this all happened to me, and like
Mhm.
I don't feel like it's like meant to be. And then there are times that I feel like, well, if I have it, I might as well use it for good and like do something about it. I feel maybe I have more like spirituality now
Yeah,
than I did in the church
totally. And that's,
without religion. Yeah.
I think sometimes people get so wrapped up into letter of the law than spirit of the law. Like they're so focused on what a book says rather than what's the universe or God or whatever you want to call it is trying to tell them. So I totally buy that whole
Yeah.
thing about being more, because there are people who, if I sat down with the scriptures and tried to go toe to toe with them, I would get destroyed. Like they
Oh,
know
same.
but that doesn't discredit anything that I feel about my own beliefs or anything like that. So people who try and dunk beliefs over and stuff like that. And the whole thing about God doesn't give people things that they can't handle. God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, I absolutely think people get placed in situations that they can't handle. And I think that they're supposed to, because that's where growth comes in. Like, okay, you couldn't handle it this time.
Yeah.
You're going to handle the, like you find a way to believe if not something bigger than yourself, you find a way to believe in yourself because you couldn't handle it this time, but eventually you work up to being able to
Yeah. No, that's a
handle
great point. I think, yeah, I feel like I now more just feel like, okay, whatever the universe, I have to like sometimes just believe that there is a plan. I don't know if it's God or the universe or
it.
what, but it's too depressing to believe, not believe in something.
No, I can't believe that everything's just random. I have to believe everything happens for a reason. That's my belief, but something has to come of good of something. So,
Yeah.
even if it's a joke, like you do through something stupid or embarrassing, like there's things, I did something stupid where you text the wrong person something, and then 10 years later, like, actually, that's a great joke. Maybe that's why I did it, so I could tell
Yeah.
that joke on stage now. So,
Yeah.
um, okay, how does humor help you keep faith, and not just like not in anything like religious, but even just like faith in yourself, just anything at all? How does humor help you with that?
Um, okay, well, a lot of times I feel like I tell a joke and then I have zero faith in myself to be funny. Like sometimes it does the opposite, and I'm like, what am I? I'm not good at this. I have no faith that this is going to work out.
Yeah,
Um, and then sometimes I guess it's like, I don't know, faith that like people can come together and like agree on something funny, or that maybe something I'm going through can help somebody else. Um, I think that would be like my biggest thing, is just that like there's a reason we do this, and it's more than me.
yeah, I think that's awesome. I mean, yeah, there's nothing more damaging to faith in yourself than bombing. Like, it's the
Yeah,
worst, especially if you
yeah,
have all the confidence in the world in like a new joke or something, and you go tell it and just nothing happens, and it's just or like an entire show, like when I did Kanab, and it's everyone's worst fear about comedy happened at that show, just dead silence, and it's
yeah,
the makes you just want to quit life, not even comedy, just life.
yeah.
But
I think the worst is when, sorry, keep going.
no, you're good, go ahead.
Oh, the worst is when you have a joke that always works and you
Uh-huh.
almost take a pause to expect the laugh.
Yeah.
And then one time it doesn't work and you just look like an idiot. It's,
Yeah.
that happened the other night and I was like, oh, why fudge?
You're like, this is
I looked so
hilarious, but the
stupid.
voice is in my head. So, um,
Yeah,
I
that was for me.
it's but on the other hand, like you get on a stage in front of a crowd of 200, 300, 500 people, there's going to be so many different religious beliefs, political beliefs, backgrounds, whatever. And if you do say something that all of them laugh at, I think that's really faith building. Just faith that,
Yeah,
okay, this is the most human experience you can have. Is it doesn't matter what anyone believes in here. We all agree that that was hilarious.
yeah, yeah.
So
I love that feeling.
it's like heroin in the veins, from
It's
what I
addicting.
understand.
It's so, yeah. I can
Who
ask
was
my dad.
it? I wasn't going to bring that up, but sure. Now I saw Spencer King commented. Someone was asking like on threads. They're like, comedians, why do you do comedy? Is it for this, this, or this, and this? And people are answering. And Spencer King goes, nobody does it unless they have to do it. And that made so
Seriously.
much sense to me. So
Seriously. I think there's the people that are like, oh, I should try it. My friends laugh
yeah,
when we're at dinner, and then they realize that it's brutal. And then I think there's the people that literally can't not do it.
yeah. It's the old saying, like everyone wants to be a boxer till they realize they have to get punched, and then you find
Yeah.
out who really wants to be up there. So that's all the questions I had. Do you have any questions? Anything you want?
Um,
Anything you want to plug? Your podcast shows coming up? Anything like that?
um, I mean, people can, I have a podcast called Sick Girl.
Yes.
And I interview people with different chronic illnesses just to spread awareness about it. And my next show is in New York. I will be doing the Yes and Laughter
When
Festival.
is that? When
It's
is that?
April 10th.
Nice. Well, this comes out a March 30th, so 10 days
Oh,
before.
cool.
Don't know how many
There
listeners
you
I
go.
have that'll be there, but if nothing else. Anyways, you're
Yeah.
awesome. Thanks for doing this. That was Ashley Singleton. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully you found something to laugh at, and maybe you gained some new perspective and understanding of how humor can help you. She's very open about her battle with POTS. Her podcast is called Sick Girl Pod. It's a very good podcast. It's very educational with a lighthearted humor about it as well. Check out Ashley Singleton on all her social medias. She is fantastic. Next week, we will have another guest, but you're going to have to wait to find out who that is, because I have to wait to find out who it is. I mean, I've locked down the interviews. I just don't know who I'm going to put on first. Anyways, that's called a tease. Thank you for listening to Finding Faith and Funny. We will talk to you on the next one.